just waiting. Welcome to Virtually Live 52, Season 5, Episode 7. Yeah, I'm a little behind. But today it's kind of that weird season. It's kind of early spring because the snow kind of melted, but it's still cold and, not too warm, and there's still some snowstorms coming, and we closed the Welcome Center a while ago, so what am I going to find in Sax-Zim today? I just don't know, but we're going to drive around and see what we find. It's very quiet season, and okay, I'm not expecting much, but you know what? I'm always surprised. Best thing to do when you come to the bog, expect nothing. Expect to see nothing, and you will always be happy because you're always going to see something cool. Let's get exploring. Driving towards the Welcome Center, found Shrike number 1 of the 2 days. A couple more coming up. And these eagles, these immature eagles, this guy's just flying along, minding his own business, and then he's like, I see another eagle and I don't want him in this territory, and kind of dove on the other one and dove again. The one threw up its talons. And then what do? They go kind of sit next to each other in the field. So there must have been a carcass around that I didn't see. Looks like a second-year bird and a third-year bird. Also some rough-legged hawks coming through now. They're on their way back to the tundra. They nest up in the Arctic tundra where there are no trees. They nest on the ground or cliffs. Yeah, pretty cool. It's that transition season. We just closed the Welcome Center on March 9th. And yeah, very few people around. Snow's almost gone. And then this happens. What is that up there on the ice? It's something up there on the ice. Kind of weird looking. It's an otter. Got an otter. He's working his way. He's like coming up through the ice and then running. Not even running, just kind of coming up with a crayfish once in a while. There he is. Just kind of pops up in random spots and goes back down. I'm just waiting for him to appear again. And when he'd go back down through the ice, I'd make a run for it, get a little closer, lay down back on the shoreline, and wait. It was about at this time that I realized something wasn't quite right about this otter. He just was moving weird, and I started to watch when he came out on the ice, and his hind end looked a little deformed, and here you can see there's some weird green tint to the fur as well. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened here. And then I could see that he wasn't able to use his hind feet at all. He was basically paralyzed from the midsection down. And so that was why he looked weird initially on the ice, because he was moving more like like a raccoon or something, not the graceful loping and sliding of an otter. You also see he's got a little blood on his nose, but I think that's probably pretty common this time of year when they're breaking up through the ice. Because they don't just come up through holes that are already there. They will chew their way up or bust their way up through the ice. But obviously he was still functioning. He was still catching crayfish. Maybe for a critter that's mostly aquatic, maybe it's not the terrible handicap that it would be for a land animal. It was a lot of fun. He was very mellow. He did growl at me a little bit, like they do. I don't think their eyesight's that great. And here I amplified his growls a little bit. But yeah, I just feel sorry for the guy. But it shows you how wildlife can adapt and survive. River Otter. That's pretty cool. And hey everyone, we closed for the winter season on March 9th and gonna reopen June 1st through September 30th for the summer season. Of course, the outhouses and boardwalks are open 24/7, 365, 366 in leap year. But yeah, we'll see you this summer. And also just wanted to let you know, a bog buddy, Andy Forbes, is doing a big green birding year, just using his own human power. See how many birds he can get. He's already been to the Sax-Zim Bog. You can follow along on his blog here, and Andy is donating a percentage of donations to Friends of Sax-Zim Bog. So yeah, awesome. Thanks, Andy, and good luck. You can finally have some better weather now, I think. I guess we all just got some snow here. And if you want to contribute to Andy's efforts, you can go right to our website, click on that donate tab up there, put a little note that it's for Andy's green big year right there in that box, and 100% of those donations will go to Friends of Sax-Zim Bog. Thanks everybody, and thanks Andy. And speaking of getting outside, head naturalist Clinton has our spring and summer field trips all posted on the website. Yep, including the Warbler Wednesdays and Songbirds Saturdays, and lots of great options, orchids and butterflies and lichens and dragonflies and yeah, on and on. So get on there, register, free for those whose membership is up to date. Oh, one last thing I wanted to mention. Not everybody who comes to the bog has binoculars. Maybe they're a young person or just getting into birding. So if you have any well-functioning, decent quality binoculars you want to donate to Friends of Sax-Zim Bog, that would be great. Just contact me at Sparky at saxzim.org, and yeah, let me know what you have. Thank you. Everything was still frozen at Stone Lake except the outlet going south. Some Canada geese, and yeah, they were getting a little antsy, a little infighting there. Surprised there was no trumpeter swans, but very excited to see this wood duck. The average arrival date in northern Minnesota is March 16th, so this guy was kind of right on time, but usually there's like zero open water, but he found a little bit at the outlet. a mink along the road. And there he goes. He got by me, so I'm gonna have to go for a jog. Gotta get in front of him again. A few hundred yards in front of him. Now I'm just gonna hunker down and wait. Now I'm just waiting. Maybe he turned around and went the other way. I don't know. That was a rookie mistake, Sparky. I assumed the mink had gone the other way. Kind of relaxed. And can you believe it? I started chimping. Looking at my last video I got. I heard something. I didn't even think about it. And I look up. The mink is 6 feet from me in the water. And he was basically so close I could hardly focus, and off he went again. Mink are semi-aquatic, going in and out of the water, looking for prey. If they see something in the water, they can dive down quite deep, like 6 feet, and they can stay down for a minute in their search for frogs and crayfish and fish. As an aside, I wanted to show you this amazing photo by Brett McDonnell. He is a regular contributor to our Sax-Zim Bog wild calendars that we put out every year. And this one was taken in the bog. This was Mink dove down and caught 11 leopard frogs. Probably stashed a bunch of them. Yeah, awesome image, Brett. They'll also eat eggs of birds and even ducks. They are infamous for their ability to prey on muskrats, even going into their lodges, killing them, and then sleeping in the lodge. You know, that's pretty amazing. This critter is 1.5 pounds and about the size of a gray squirrel. Pretty vicious. Like all weasels, they are absolute master predators. Waiting here, gonna get kind of more of an eye level shot. I hear him coming again. I think I traveled with that mink for about a half mile. Well, there's my car, half mile away. Come up from the creek and run along the road to get in front of him. I think I pulled a hamstring. But yeah, lots of fun. There's a shrike giving its weird little song call. I can't do it. Interesting sound. And they only give it in the spring. But they'll be heading back to the tundra here very soon. It was kind of cool. The mink got out of the creek and was kind of going inland amongst the alders, and all of a sudden a rough grouse flew up. And I think if a mink had a chance to get a grouse, it would. Not one of their main prey items. Yeah, that was kind of neat. The only reason I found the mink was I was driving slowly along the creek ditch. It looks more like a creek. And I heard just some rustling in the grass. And I thought, better check it out. Went in reverse. It was a mink in the grass. Man, they're good swimmers. It was hard to focus. It was I missed so many shots. They swim fast. Just hit a fox and I was too slow with the camera. It was running away though. Cool to see though. Saw its tail. This Admiral Road Shrike wasn't singing like the Stone Lake one, but there was a flock of American tree sparrows, which is not the best name. They should be the Canadian tree sparrows. They only nest in Canada and Alaska. A bird of the far north, only with us in migration. They do winter in the central U.S., but not this far north. Gorgeous little sparrows, that spot on their breast, that chestnut cap. Good journey, guys. And then a little while later on McDavitt, I was taking some video of this beautiful sunset, and I looked down the road and I'm like, that's not the top of that snag. No, it was a great gray owl. 7:30 p.m. and just out hunting. But I cranked up the exposure on this one just so you get a little more detail on the bird. But it was nearly dark. Before we get to the superstar critters of the day, I wanted to show you my favorite photos from the 2 days. Though the camera was having a little hard time tracking the eyes of this mink, I got a few shots. And hey, any mink shot is golden. This great gray with the, I enhanced the sky a little bit. There was purple to the eye, but not quite this purple. Yeah, got him right as he took off. Unfortunately, I had it set at 250th of a second, so there's a little movement in the wings, but still love it. And these otter photos, perfect front light, nothing creative, just portraits. This guy was looking at me, peeking at me through the grasses, and yeah, just a portrait, trying to get as close to eye level as possible. Handsome dude or dudette. Superstar bird of the day. Wow, we had a gorgeous drake wood duck. We had those battling eagles. That was darn cool. Had the singing shrike. But you know what? I know this is kind of cliche, but I'm giving it to that great gray owl. It was just such a beautiful backdrop for that guy. Superstar mammal. Gonna have to give it to the tenacious, injured, paralyzed river otter. Kind of hind end not working, but still making a living, eating and finding those crayfish and traveling even on that ice. So good job, buddy. We're rooting for you. All right, until next time, take care. Keep your feet in these wet, thawing ground. Get your rubber boots on maybe and go out exploring, and keep your eyes up looking for migrating ducks and geese. April is coming. That's the time for ducks. We'll be back again looking for ducks in the bog on our next episode. Take care.